Good morning, students. So, today we are going to read a poem called Colin, written by Peter Dixon. Is it clear? So, open your textbooks to page number 59. English course books, page number 59. What's the name of the poem? Colin. And who is the poet of this poem? It's Peter Dixon. Is that clear? I'll read out the poetry. Listen carefully. Is that clear? So, whichever word you find it difficult, underline that word and learn its spelling. Come on, let's start. A poem called Colin. Colin was a centipede, 100 legs or more. He trotted on the carpet and he trotted on the floor. He trotted through the bedrooms and he trotted through the loo. 100 legs all trotting the way the trotters do. So, what do you see in this picture, children? See, can you see in this picture? There's a creature. What is the color of this creature? It's brown in color. So, this is a centipede. What is a centipede? Centipede is a creature. It is a multi-legged creature which keeps on moving very quickly. It moves very fast. So, what is the name of this centipede? Colin. Okay, I think you must have seen this kind of insects in your houses also. It keeps moving, especially in your loo. Loo means what? It's your washroom. So you must have seen this insect in your houses. Okay, so here Colin was a centipede. Who was Colin? It is a centipede. Centipede, it's a multi-legged creature. And how many legs did it has? It had 100 legs. Okay? It had 100 legs or even more. He trotted on the carpet. Now look at the word trotted. What do you mean by the word trotted? Trotted means which walks fast with short quick steps. Which moves very fast. Which walks very fast with short quick steps. Brisk steps. So who was trotting here? Colin, that is the centipede who had 100 legs, was trotting on the carpet and he trotted on the floor. That means what? It was moving so fastly on the carpet and then on the floor also. And then what did the centipede do? He trotted through the bedrooms and he trotted through the loo. And then where did he move? Where did the centipede move? It moved through the bedrooms and then he moved through the loo. What do you mean by the word loo, children? Loo means washrooms. Okay, so right from the carpet it went on the floor. From the floor it trotted through the bedroom, and from the bedroom the centipede or the Colin, it trotted through the loo. 100 legs all trotting the way the trotters do. How many legs did Colin have? 100 legs. Can you see in this picture? Can you see how many legs it is having? Here, it's having 100 legs. So, with 100 legs, it was trotting all the way that trotters do. That means what? Colin, it moves with its 100 legs. And how does it move? It moves very fastly. So the Colin moves with 100 legs, moves in that direction only. Whichever direction it moves, all the legs will follow Colin only. Okay, so 100 legs all trotting the way that trotters do. That means the Colin, wherever it moves with 100 legs, all trotting the way that trotters do. Next, 100 trotting trotters trotting all around, but Colin's trotting trotters hardly make a sound. See, children, can you listen the rhyme and rhythmic See, rhyming words. So as and when you come across the rhyming words, please make a note of it and underline the rhyming words. Once again, I'll read. Listen carefully. 100 trotting trotters trotting all around, but Colin's trotting trotters hardly make a sound. So what does it mean? It means that when Colin moves, that is when the centipede moves, all the 100 legs moves, but without sound. They move. None of the legs make a sound. Are you following? The centipede has 100 legs. With the 100 legs, it is walking fast with quick steps. But Colin's trotting trotters hardly made a sound. But Colin's, that is the centipede's legs, they hardly make a sound. So as and when the centipede moves, who moves along with the centipede? All its 100 legs move. But how do they move? They move without sound. They move. When they move, none of the legs make a sound. And what about us? When we move, what do we make? We make sound. Talk, 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 talk. As and when we climb up the stairs, we climb down the stairs, we make so much of noise. But the centipede, you see, it moves so slowly. Though it's moving with 100 legs, we cannot hear the sound. When we move, we make sound. But when here that when Colin moves, no sound, not even a little bit sound also doesn't come out. It does not make sound. Here the Colin never makes a sound. Is it clear? Okay, next. He trotted on the landing, he trotted on a ball, and tumbled down the staircase and landed in the hall. He trotted means he moved. He means who? Colin, that is the centipede. He trotted on the landing, that is he is moving on the land, and he trotted on a ball. He moved on a ball also, and tumbled down the staircase and rolled down. Tumble means what? To roll down. Where? On the staircase, and landed in the hall. So from the landing, the centipede, he moved from the landing, then he trotted on the ball, then from the ball he tumbled down the staircase, and from the staircase he landed in the hall. So Colin with 100 legs, he keeps on moving around and around, right from one place to another place. Moving on the landing, then the centipede trotted on a ball and rolled down the staircase and landed in the hall. Is it clear? Now, Colin trots on crutches, 100 plastered legs, 100 plastered ankles like little plastered pegs. So, when it's dark and spooky, and when it's late at night, and the house is very silent, and you have switched out all the lights, then if you hear a tapping and everyone's asleep, you all know it's only Colin and his little tapping feet. So now, what does Colin do now? Now Colin trots on crutches. Crutches means what? Can you see in this picture, children, in this yellow box? Crutches. Crutches means a wooden or a metal stick to help one walk after someone has injured his or her leg, that is a handicapped. When they are unable to walk, when the legs have been fractured or they must have injured their legs, so when they cannot move, what do they use? They use crutches. So it is a wooden stick which helps them to walk. Can you see in this picture? Yes. So Colin trots on crutches. Even on the crutches also Colin is moving. 100 plastered legs. How many plastered legs are there? 100. And 100 plastered ankles like little plastered pegs. How do they look? They look like little pegs. How many are there? 100. So when it is dark and spooky, what do you mean by the word spooky here? Spooky means scary, frightening. So how do you feel when it is dark, children? Don't you feel scared? Don't you feel frightened? Yes, of course. Even I too. I also get very scared at night. So when it's dark and spooky, and when it's late at night, and the house is very silent. So what happens at that time? And you have switched out all the lights. So the moment you go to bed, what do you all do? You switch off all the lights. So when you switch off all the lights, what can you see? You cannot see anything because the full house is dark. So at that time, what can you hear? If you hear a tapping and everyone's asleep, you all know it's only Colin and his little tapping feet. So, if you notice any creature at night, children, that is at a late night, when the house is too silent, when all the lights are switched off, what can you see? When you notice, what can you notice? If you notice any creature, that creature is Colin. That is your centipede. You find Colin. Colin comes out at night and it moves very fast and keeps on moving, keeps on roaming all around the house. So, the moment whatever you hear the noise, what noise is it? It is Colin's noise, that is at the midnight. So, this is the poem called Colin. Is it clear, children? Now, let's do poem appreciation. What did Colin do all the time? How do you know what did it do all the time? So, Colin trotted all the time. What do you mean by the word trotted? Means it moved all the time. How do we come to know this? One knows this from the number of times the speaker repeats the statement that it trotted. So the poet is going on repeating the word trotted, means we keep on moving and moving. Now, what is the next one? What is the difference between Colin's trotting and trotters trotting? So the difference between Colin's trotting and others trotting is that his trotting hardly makes any sound. Is it clear? Now, next one. What was the accident that Colin suffered? What was the accident that Colin suffered? Colin stumbled down the staircase and landed in the hall while trotting. So, what is the accident that Colin suffered? It stumbled down. The centipede stumbled down the staircase. And what happened? And it landed in the hall while it was moving, while it was trotting. Next. When can one hear Colin's trotting and why? One can hear Colin's trotting when it is dark, late at night, and the house is very silent. This is because after having met with the accident, he trots on his 100 plastered legs and ankles on crutches. Is it clear? So next one is what? A few lines in the poem are written like this. 100 legs all trotting the way that trotters do. Is there a reason why the lines are written in this manner? Yes, a few lines in the poem are written like this to show the staircase pattern. Okay, in order to show the pattern of the staircase, it is written in this manner. Okay, next is your sixth one. You can do it of your own. And the last one, who is the speaker? How do you know? So the speaker may be the resident of the house, or perhaps maybe the child who keeps awake at night and observe all little trotters that come out. It can be understood from the way that the speaker narrates the poem. So maybe the speaker is a child, okay, or a person who keeps awake at night. And when the child is awake at night, what does the child do? He observes all the little trotters that come out. And we can understand this from the way that the speaker narrates the poem. Okay, and there's a small activity over here, children. you try to refer an encyclopedia or the internet and complete the following information. So one is about centipedes live, centipedes eat, centipedes have, and centipedes can. From these four, I'll just tell two, and remaining two you can refer your internet and complete it. First one is centipedes live. Okay. Centipedes live in damp areas such as under leaves, stones, boards, tree barks, or in and outdoor plantings. If they are around the foundation of the house, then they may wander inside also. Okay, so what do centipedes eat? Centipedes eat insects, spiders, worms, and other arthropods, including other centipedes also. Is that clear? And centipedes have and centipedes can. So what do centipedes have? They have a flattened head. They have a pair of antennae at the forward margin. And how many? They may be around 30 to 354. So many legs they have. And what centipedes can? Centipedes can inflict a painful bite and inject venom. It helps them to disarm, kill their prey. And you know, children, these centipedes are harmful also. Okay, they are harmful also, so try to be very careful. They may harm also, so try to be careful. So this is about the poem called Colin. You must have understood the poem. So read the poem. You try to recite this poetry. Read it at least 3 to 4 times and try to recite this poem. Is that clear, children? Okay. Thank you, children.